Ever wished your machine learning model could learn from its own mistakes and get better every try? Well, that's exactly what gradient boosting does. It turns weak models into a powerful team step by step, boost by boost. In this video, we'll break down how it works, why it's one of the most powerful techniques in machine learning. Let's get boosting. So, what exactly is gradient boosting? Imagine starting with a simple model that gives a ref prediction. It's not perfect, just a first guess. Next, we look at where it went wrong. These errors are called residuals. Then comes the smart part. Another model is trained, but this one focuses only on fixing those mistakes. We repeat this process, each model improving on the last step. And finally, we combine all these models to make a powerful, accurate prediction. That's gradient boosting, learning from mistakes and getting better with every move. Gradient boosting is simple. Imagine a team trying to solve a big, complex puzzle. On their first attempt, they manage to place some pieces correctly, but many are missing or misplaced. Now, instead of starting over from scratch, a guide steps in and highlights where the major mistakes are. The team then focuses only on fixing those parts without disturbing what's already right. They keep repeating this process. Correct a few, build on the rest until the puzzle is nearly perfect. That's exactly how gradient boosting works. Correct the errors, improve with each step, and get closer to the full picture. Imagine you go to a doctor complaining of leg pain. The first doctor examines you but can't fully diagnose the problem, so they pass your case to a second doctor along with their notes. This new specialist spots something the first missed and improves the diagnosis, but you're still not 100% better. Now a third doctor reviews all the previous reports, finds another clue, and adjusts the treatment further. With each step, your diagnosis gets sharper, just like how gradient boosting works. In boosting, each new doctor or decision tree learns from the mistakes of the ones before it. By combining their expertise, you get a far more accurate diagnosis, or in ML terms, a powerful prediction. Gradient boosting is all about building smarter models step by step. It begins with a weak learner, a simple model that tries to make predictions. Next, we calculate the errors, also called residuals, by comparing those predictions to the actual values. Then, a new model is trained specifically to predict those errors. It focuses only on what the previous model got wrong. Finally, we add the new model's predictions to refine the overall output. This process repeats, stacking models, correcting mistakes, and boosting accuracy. In short, it's about learning from every mistake. Before we go deeper, here are the 4 key concepts you need to know in gradient boosting. First, loss function. It measures how far off your model's predictions are, guiding it to improve. Next, learning rate. This controls how much each new model corrects the errors. Smaller rates mean slower but more careful learning. Then we have the estimators. These are the individual weak models that get added one after another. And finally, overfitting, when a model starts memorizing the noise instead of learning the pattern. We manage this using regularization techniques. Mastering these concepts is crucial to building strong, reliable boosting models. It's time for a quick boosting showdown. Gradient boosting versus add a boost. Both are powerful ensemble methods, but they approach errors differently. Gradient boosting targets errors using gradients and builds new models on residuals, the leftover mistakes. It often uses decision trees and adjusts continuously based on loss. On the other side, add a boost increases the weight of misclassified samples, forcing the next model to pay more attention to those difficult cases. Add a boost is generally less prone to overfitting noisy data, but gradient boosting offers more flexibility and customization. In the end, both have their strengths, and the best choice often depends on the problem you're solving. Let's dive into the powerful engines behind modern gradient boosting. First up, XGBoost. This library is a speed demon, optimized for peak performance. It's a favorite in competitive machine learning, thanks to its blazing fast training and precision. Next, LightGBM. Built for efficiency, it slashes training times and memory use, making it ideal for massive datasets. Think of it as the lightweight champion of boosting. Then there's CatBoost. It tackles categorical data head-on, no messy pre-processing needed. Plus, its clever tricks reduce overfitting, making it a robust choice. And of course, scikit-learn, the Swiss Army knife of ML libraries. While not as specialized, it offers reliable gradient boosting with user-friendly flexibility. Each of these tools brings unique strengths. Pick the one that fits your data's needs. So, is gradient boosting worth the hype? Let's break it down. First, accuracy. These models pack serious productive power, often outperforming other algorithms. But beware, without careful tuning, they can overfit your data. Next, speed. Once trained, they deliver lightning-fast predictions. Just keep in mind, training can be slower compared to simpler models, especially with massive datasets. What about interpretability? You'll get useful feature importance, but don't expect full transparency. The ensemble's black box nature can obscure finer details. Finally, resource usage. Gradient boosting handles large datasets efficiently, but deep trees guzzle memory. Plan your hardware accordingly. The verdict? If you need top-tier accuracy and can invest in tuning, gradient boosting is a powerhouse. Just know its trade-offs. Gradient boosting isn't always the right tool, but when it shines, it really shines. Let's look at the sweet spots. First, complex data. If your dataset has intricate nonlinear relationships, that would make a linear model weep. Gradient boosting thrives in this space. It untangles the messy patterns other algorithms miss. Second, performance-critical applications. When every decimal point of accuracy matters, think fraud detection or medical diagnosis, gradient boosting consistently delivers top-tier results. Third, predictive tasks, whether you are forecasting sales or classifying images, it handles both regression and classification with equal elegance. Remember, a single decision tree is smart, but a boosted ensemble is brilliant. As the saying goes, smarter than a single model, stronger as a team. So, when your problem demands both power and precision, gradient boosting should be at the top of your list. That brings us to the end of our journey through gradient boosting. We started by understanding what boosting really means, then explored it with a relatable analogy. We saw how it works step by step, broke down the core concepts, and compared it with other ensemble methods. We explored top libraries like XGBoost, LightGBM, CatBoost, and scikit-learn. We also covered the pros and cons, and finally looked at where gradient boosting truly shines in real-world applications. If you found this helpful, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to CTO-X. Thanks for watching, and keep boosting forward.